Hi everyone, today I'm excited to show you some new workbooks in the Kelly Creates Learn Hand Lettering collection. Here are the old workbooks. So remember, the workbooks in general are for large brush tip pens and small brush tip pens. So this is the classic style where the writing is straight on the baseline. Okay, just like this. So that's for the small brush tip pen. The multicolor small brush tip pen works well in these small tip workbooks. And for the large brush tip pen, remember you're going to use the large brush pens such as the Dream Pens. So the Dream Pens, I'm just going to grab a Dream Pen to show you. Here is the original set of Dream Pens in the rainbow colors. Let's look at the new workbooks. You will love them. They are. There's Learn Bouncy Brush Lettering for small brush tip pens and Learn Bouncy Lettering for large brush tip pens. They're set up the same way as the old workbooks. Let's look inside. Here is the Learn Bouncy Lettering with for large brush tip pens. So first of all, on the cover, if you look, you can see the difference in the script. See that? So you can see that this script has a more up and down, has more movement up and down from that baseline. It's not straight across, and that's where the word bouncy comes from. It just means actually modern calligraphy. So we have our instructions. This is the same as the previous workbooks, and then we start with the basic strokes and drills, and you have all the worksheets in the first section have the basic strokes. They're different than the basic strokes and drills in the classic style, but you have one worksheet and 3 pieces of tracing paper right on top. So you'd start with the basic strokes, lay down one worksheet, right? And you are going to, I'm just going to show you how to use this workbook. You're going to grab a few of the pages, like maybe, I don't know, 6 or 10. Flip the book like this, so you have a flat surface on the table and you don't have a workbook to bump up against, to bump over when you get to the end of your line. So if you are right-handed, this is the Dream Pen, so it's a large brush tip pen. You can just put it across the top like that, put your hand down like this. I'll take off the cap and hold it high on the barrel, and you will move across like this. If you're left-handed, you will do the opposite. So I will turn my paper this way. I could put my pen down like that to start, put my hand here, pick up my pen, hold it high on the barrel, and then I would write like this. And sometimes I tell left-handed people to actually start on the right edge and go across this way. And that way you avoid your smudging if it's easier for you. But lots of people just come from the side, not from down above, hooked, and not from below. Try to come from the side if you're a lefty and a righty. Okay, so righties, I have one piece of tracing paper. I put this down and then I just follow the directions of the arrows. I go lightly up and I can push down, lightly up and push down. So this bouncy, the bouncy drills, these are more curved, and I'll show you the overturns are narrower than the classic style. Let me just grab the classic style workbook just as a comparison. So here are the upstrokes and downstrokes. You can see they are straighter. Here are the overturns and underturns. So if you look as a comparison, you can see the bouncy is a little bit narrower because this suits the bouncy style. This is more of a V shape and this is more of a U shape. Okay, so after you learn the bouncy basic strokes, you will go on to the alphabet. So the alphabet is organized, not from A, B, C, D, E. The lowercase alphabet is first, and it begins with the I and the T because they are the easiest letters to start with. And the I and the T are underturns. So I'm going to grab one sheet of paper, and I'm not going to flip the book just because of time. I'm going to actually flip to the other side of my dream pen, the thicker side. And look at my hand position going across. And let us do this downstroke. Push, release, 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 and come up lightly. And look how I'm going below the baseline there. Do you see that? That's what Bouncy is. It's all about breaking that baseline and the guidelines. So this is how you will begin with your Bouncy letters. And the T is similar, except it's just taller, right? It's the same underturn though. Going down from the ascender line and releasing and coming up. And then when you practice all of these repetitive lines with all of the 3 sheets of tracing paper, you will definitely develop your muscle memory and then be able to practice well on your own. But when this sheet is full, you just rip it out and put down the next one. And when all your sheets are full, you can then buy the Kelly Creates tracing pad and use that. And of course, the last section is the uppercase alphabet. So let's take a look at the uppercase alphabet, and you can see the style, again, is more relaxed, and we are breaking some of the guidelines here. I'll just show you in the regular workbook what the uppercase looks like. This one is well used. So A and B in the regular workbook look like this. And here is the A and B in the Bouncy style. So you can see the difference. The Bouncier has more loops, and like I said, it's going to break the baseline, and also the A is totally different. So that's a peek at the new workbooks for Bouncy brush lettering. If you do prefer the large brush tip pen is this workbook. If you do prefer the small brush tip pen workbook, it's set up exactly the same way, except I'm going to show you the small brush pen. Sorry, let's go into the lowercase alphabet. Let's see. Here we go. And let's grab a small brush tip pen. So the small brush tip pen would be the multicolor small brush tip pens, and they come in 10 colors. This grape is like this is grape. It's one of my favorite colors. So here's the I and the T in the small brush tip pen. And then I'll show you a side-by-side comparison just so you can see what it's like. Right? So I'm holding the pen the same way. I'm going to pick it up like this. I'm going to have it high on the barrel. My book is tilted. I'm not going to flip the coil because I just want to work more quickly here. So we have a light upstroke, and we push down, release, and dot the I. And some people, I always get asked the question, what's easier, the small brush tip pen or the large brush tip pen? Honestly, it's personal preference. Some people like the large tip. Some people like the control of the smaller tip because you are writing much smaller, right? So let's look at the T. Light upstroke, pushing down, tracing, release, 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 and exit. And then you're going to cross your T. So let's do a couple of T's. Push down, release, release, and exit and cross. Now look at the exits. Very different. It's much more narrow on the bottom. You have to be careful about your release there. Push, release, release, and exit like this. All right, let us take a look at the I and the T on the large brush Bouncy workbook page and see what that looks like. And then just so you have a good side-by-side comparison. Where is it? Here it is. There. Okay, I'm going to flip this over just so you can see the difference. All right, so what pens do you use for the small? You would use the multicolor small tip pens. You could also get the black 3-pack, and this would work with both sets because you have a small, a medium, and a fine tip pen in this set. You could also use the deluxe lettering kit for both of these workbooks. This is an awesome set with different sizes of brush pens in it. If you only want to work in the large, then you would work with the Dream pens. And here are the new colors, which are so beautiful, and I'll demo in another video. All right, so those are your options. Have fun learning the Bouncy style, and thanks for watching.